Dun 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 dun. Peak fiction. Dun 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 dun. What is going on, y'all, man? Oh, what a marvelous week it's been. Marvelous week. Great weekend to be a fan of this marvelous series, man. Just, bro, amazing opening, amazing trailer for season 2, and we even got ourselves a Vegapunk ending. Like, come on, man. I am so excited to see what we have in store here with this particular installment of the best-selling manga in history this week. Let me find the camera. Yes, sir. Hold on. Look at that. Hopefully we're in 4K today. Hopefully we are in 4K. Please. Please don't troll me today, Emu. Bro. Shout out to Akash Panda. During the One Piece Day live stream, Akash Panda sent me the fact that so he sent me the link for the One Piece Day thing. I didn't get an opportunity to watch it until I think they were at the card game section. And every time, bro, it's like Emu just knows. I tune in during the card game section, and what do I get treated to? A brand new Emu leader. I can't escape him. I can't escape him. Whether it's the new plushie that's all over the place, eating McDonald's, which is hilarious in context, eating McDonald's, or sitting in front of the manga. But now to put him in the card game, man, it's nuts. It's nuts, yeah. But I hope everybody's doing well. It's been a wonderful, wonderful... Ali G! It is good to see you, bro. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. The finance god comes up in there like swimwear, man. Shout out to my boy. It's good to see you, man. Comes in with 20 gifted memberships. I was talking about this last week. Like, yo, man. It was an Ichiro Oda thing. Where I was like, bro, let my man take a break, bro. You see how consistent he's been for so long? But I was like, I just hope my boy's doing all right. And so, glad to know you're still breathing oxygen, still doing your thing. And thank you so much for supporting the channel here today with 20 gifted memberships, man. All love to the God Hand of Finance, man. All love to you, brother. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope all is well. Hope all is well, man. Sweet mother of Flagnards. But man, dude, it was the Jordan. Nah, no doubt. It was just so cool, right? Because obviously in the middle of all that, going through the Xenoblade 3 journey, which has been absolutely magical. But it's always special when we get a new opening. But because this one sounded so similar to like a Gintama opening, like, I couldn't stop thinking of the I wanna be that day, or like one of the ones from the final stretch of Gintama. Whenever I would go back and rewatch the One Piece opening, I was like, bro, this really sounds like Gintama opening, man. And the visuals are just really special. And the more I rewatch it, and the more I see comments either left with as YouTube comment or just told to me on the side. There's just so much to unpack from the opening, man. It's crazy. They put so much into it. They said, screw anyone who could potentially get spoiled by this. They didn't care. But it was just so cool, man. Definitely my favorite parts of the opening are the section when it switches. You start off with Roger, Whitebeard, and Odin. So it's just the ASL. And then you get Yamato and Ace, and that part is just so beautiful, and it immediately shifts over into the beginning of the journey. The people's dreams never end. Everybody in the ship. It's such an emotional part of the opening. But then there's the other part, bro. It's so goated. So you have all the Gorosei in the room. You have the spellbinding circle. Emu's eye pops up, and then Luffy pops up out of Emu's eye, and it's like, oh my god! And you got Luffy popping out. He runs into the screen as if it's like a rope in WWE, and just runs off the rope, off the television screen, and right back. I'm like, man, this is so cool, dude. This is so cool. And then, in the beginning of the opening, bro, and then actually before I get to the beginning of the opening, then there's that one section where you've got Dragon and Sabo, and it's like, man, it's just so cool. With Logetown in the background, and then in the beginning of the opening, when it shows the Straw Hat through the generations, and I didn't notice this the first time I watched it, man, but it was pointed out to me that was Joy Boy, bro, passing the opening, eventually leads to Luffy. I was like, this is so clean. So the opening is just filled with so many cool references and just paying so much to the love and the beauty of so many different scenes in the series. That is just, it feels like every single time that I think about the opening or I go back and rewatch it, I get something new out of it. And we might be, actually no, not might, I think we are on the best stretch ever for One Piece openings, because from the beginning of Wano in opening 22 up until now, it's been banger after banger after banger. But specifically from Peak in opening 25, literally called Peak, to the first Egghead opening, to the Kuma and Bonnie opening, and now to this one, we're in the best stretch of openings in the series, bro. Like these are all bare minimum for me top 10 in the series, the last 4 openings. So it's been special, man. But that opening is goated, bro. It's so clean. It's so clean. Yo, the Battlefield 6 beta. Bro, you know what's crazy, Ali? Last week, I was able to play, I think it was like 3 rounds. And it felt great, man. I played a lot of Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3 and 4 whenever I was younger. And Battlefield 1. I chose Battlefield 1. It's a fantastic game. But it just felt good to play Battlefield again. It's been so long. I probably won't be able to play the beta this weekend because I'll be doing the Xenoblade stuff. But man, what a fun time! What a fun time to have Battlefield come back. Super cool. Yeah, exactly. Quag 2, and the endings have been really good as well, because what we've had since they brought endings back is the Yamato Wano opening, which might be my favorite ending in the series. I mean, right up there with my absolute favorites. Then you have the Dear Sunrise. You had the amazing Fishman Island ending that we got. We had the first Egghead ending, then the Bonnie ending, which was really good, and now the Vegapunk ending. And you were, Quag 2, you were the first person I thought of when the Vegapunk ending was happening. And you know something? I actually didn't peep. My first time watching the ending, I was like, yo, this is straight, like, VHS hilarious vibes with the squad. But it wasn't until I read a comment that I realized how tragic the ending actually is, because of how all of the rest of the Vegapunks disappear and it's just Lilith in the end. And I was like, dang, bro, that's so true. Like, I didn't even peep that. And I'm a manga reader, so I was like, there's no way an anime only is gonna see that. You know what I'm saying? Well, maybe they pay more attention than I do. And it's not me, once again. It's always Xenoblade. When I don't catch something, it's Xenoblade's fault, not my fault. But it's so cool. Oh, they are? So they're adding... Oh, snap. Okay, nice. Looking forward to playing that, because like I said, I'm probably not going to be able to play it this weekend, Ali. But whenever the actual game drops, definitely look forward to playing one of those maps, no doubt. My favorite ending is A to Z. A to Z is a good one, man. A to Z. Da, 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 da. It's a good one. It's a good one. The Yamato ending was such a special moment for the anime. I forgot how much life it brings to the weekly experience. You know, Quack, too, I was actually thinking about it the other day for episode 1074 and how special that episode is to me. Because I've talked about the scene all the time in the episode that I rewatch all the time. I still rewatch it all the time. But that was really such a special moment in watching the anime because, you know, it'd been so long since we had an ending. But for the ending to be that good, both visually and from a song standpoint, and we got a new opening with that episode. It was a really special time, and I think that ending really captures what makes Wano so special. By the way, 100 chapters since the end of Wano, y'all! This week is chapter 1157, and we ended off on chapter 1057 for Wano, man, so it's officially been 100 chapters since we finished Wano, and since then we had Egghead, that Around the World section in Egghead, the post-Egghead section, and now Elbaf, man, and now, of course, we're in the flashback, so it's been a crazy last 100 chapters. And a couple weeks ago, we were celebrating the 100 chapters since the final saga started. And that's 100 chapters since Wano ended, man. It feels like it's just zooming by. Zooming by. Absolute insanity. It's crazy. 30 chapters of Elbaf again, if I'm not mistaken. Exactly, final saga proper, right? Starting technically with chapter 1058. So it's crazy. That would make me cry. Quack, do stop. Do you know why our names in YouTube are named instead of our chosen handles? I'm honestly not sure, Jody List. I don't know what YouTube is doing. From what I heard, they're testing something out for something they're going to roll out here soon. Maybe it's for this ID thing that they're rolling out here in the next couple of days. It's something to do with that. But it's strange. It's very, very strange. I don't know what the flavor is going on. Vortex, what's good, bro? Premier League starting this weekend, man. I'm nervous. I'm excited. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. All right, let's go ahead and read this super, and then we'll get into the chapter, baby. So Josh Pointer comes in #1 in the leaderboards, man. Comes in with a 10 and says, Goon, all caps, Goon Piece. The Goon Piece is real! Bro, I still can't get over all of the insanity that happened in that last chapter, bro. You know, I was joking with my cousin that was the best One Piece chapter ever because for like 1 week, One Piece became a romance manga, and it was like, let's flip and go. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, One Piece has always been about romance in the other way, the romance of adventure. But for 1 week, we were able to see just straight up slice of life shoujo vibes in my One Piece manga. And I was like, let's flip and go, man. So it was, shout out to the Goon Piece. It's going to go down as like an all-time beautiful chapter just for that. Just for the Goon Piece. You know what I'm saying, man? Who in a million years would have thought that would happen within a One Piece chapter? So it was so cool. It was so cool. Just to see the legends like that, It was unbelievably dope. Also, congrats on completing the Xenoblade 3 base story. I still can't get over everything that happened in that game, man. Like, it really, really impacted me, Josh Pointer. I can't wait to finish the DLC, obviously, because I'm having so much fun with it. But to get an opportunity to sit down and talk about that game, because it's just... It was really special, man. Like, really, really special. And if this... God. We'll talk about it when we get to it, man. It's what a special video game. Came over for the video after the DLCs. We were just talking about that. We also got live action season 2 and new opening and reading. We really are, bro. We really are. I didn't even get a chance to talk about the live action. I really like that trailer. I loved specifically the shot when we got to see Brogy, man. I was like, yo, that looks really good. I'm looking forward to the little garden there. Whiskey Peak looks super cool from the way that it looks like on the interior and from the outside. Looking forward to the additional Buggy scene. Looks like we're going to be getting at nighttime with Buggy's crew in Logetown. That's going to be a lot of fun. They recreated the iconic shot, right, with Luffy staring in front of the scaffold. So that's going to be super cool to see. I'm wondering if they're going to have any nods to the filler, right? That's because Logetown for me in the anime, because in the manga it's only 5 chapters, and it's a good 5 chapters. But the anime with like those additional Roger scenes, I wonder if like we'll have like some live action Roger scenes. That'd be super cool. That's one of the things that adds to Loketown's legacy for me at least. And Daddy the Father. Shout out to Daddy the Father. We gotta add Daddy the Father in there. And I'm not talking about Dragon, because definitely looking forward to seeing how they do that Dragon and Smoker stuff. Smoker looks really good as well. Robin looks awesome. I mean, when I saw the Miss All Sunday Fit, I was like, yo, perfect cast. That was super cool. Vivi looks flipping awesome too. So I'm really excited to see how we handle the Vivi stuff, transition from Miss Wednesday into the Vivi stuff throughout the course of that entire season. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to last till the end of Drum Island, and season 3 will be in Alabasta. So looking forward to seeing how they play out that entire saga. Right? Somebody told me that the scene with Sanji is the Mr. Prince scene, and I was like, let's flip and go, man. Can't wait for that greatness. And that's going to be gold. Well, the original Mr. Prince scene, right? The one in Alabasta will be season 3, but the original, like, restaurant the crap scene in Little Garden, that's going to be a lot of fun to see in the anime, or in the live action. And then what else? Oh, flipping Laboon, dude. Bro, Laboon, I think that's when I got emotional watching that, because I was like, dang, dude. Like, it's flipping Laboon, man. It's Laboon. Like, come on, man. So, it's like, man, that was special. And so, when we get that moment when the strides go up the reverse mountain, and then we have the scene when we finally see the Grand Line, so excited to see how they end up pulling that off in the live action. It's gonna be super dope, man. But that was some good stuff. Appreciate you, Josh Pointer, man. Thank you so much. As always, we know it's gonna be a good chapter when Josh Pointer comes in with the all caps. All love to you, brother. Thank you so much. Of course, nothing but love to my boy, the Godhand of Finance, coming in with the 20 gift memberships once again. All love to you. Then we have Taken Bacon Channel comes in second in the leaderboards. Comes in with 5. Says, hi, Coach. Hope you're doing well. Speaking of peak fiction, have you played Deltarune? Oh, man, I hope my brother's listening next door. You'd probably love it. The Goon piece is real. It's always real. Apparently, it's always real. I really can't believe what happened in that flipping chapter, man. Like, it's a fever dream for everything that happened in that last chapter. It's crazy, but in the best way possible. It's actually one of the episodes I'm looking forward to seeing animated the most, just for like the voice acting aspect of it. But for Deltarune, so my little brother, his One Piece is the Toby Fox verse on the Undertales and the Deltarunes. I most certainly have gone through the entire journey for both of them, and man, sweet mother of flatterers. I've been holding off on discussing it until I get the opportunity to have the podcast with AJ, our next podcast, because I can't wait to talk to him about it. But man, 3 and 4 were special, dog. 3 and 4 were some flipping gas. It was so good. Obviously, after going through the experience, I'd been hearing my brother theorizing and talking about what would happen within this particular stretch, but to actually see it and experience it, it was some unforgettable moments, man. Like the end of, I love the whole TV time thing. I'm just a massive fan of my dog Tenna, and the whole Legend of Zelda world that you got in there. I love that soundtrack. But the end of chapter 3 absolutely blew my mind. And then the entirety of chapter 4 was just, unbelievable, bro. Just unbelievable amounts of gas. Bro, I don't want to spoil, but like, there's a sequence that happens at someone's house where you're just sitting there sweating, dude. I was sweating. We were both ready to. I'm just sitting here like, I was sweating. I was actually sweating. But man, special franchise. Shout out to Deltarune, man. I hear those soundtracks every day, like I said, with my brother, because he plays them on the thing, and so it's a really special series to him. So it's a special series for me. But it was one of those similar to Ace Attorney and Mother 3 earlier this year, where we experienced that together, and so it's always gonna be special just for that. But that's his favorite series. So, I mean, like that's that. One Piece is for me. That's what Undertale and Deltarune is for him. So, it's just super dope. I'm actually hoping we'll get Deltarune rep in Smash next time. And since we got Sans in last time. But no, I appreciate you for the question, Appreciate you for the question. I'm super, like I said, I'm looking forward to discussing that, hopefully, whenever I get an opportunity next time to talk to my boy AJ about it. And so we can talk about chapters 3 and 4. Or maybe just the entire thing. All love to you, man. Thank you so much. Shout out to my boy Lancer, by the way. That's my favorite character. That's my dog, man. That's my guy. But let me see. Did you see the Oda figurines in the Discord One Piece channel? I did not see the Oda figurines. Remind me after we finish reading the chapter, Kosh, man. I'll definitely go look at those. No doubt. Live action Pell. I don't know why. The very first thing I thought of was like, we're gonna need something strong enough to survive nukes. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna need a roach or something. It's like a flippin' Chimera Ant type character, like a live action Chimera Ant. But whatever they end up pulling off with Paladin looks super cool. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Nighttime in Lobetown will make the lightning strike look even better. Dude, agreed. What made me think of that, Akash Man, is the opening. In the opening, you have like the darkened sky, and the lightning comes down as Luffy's on the scaffold, and it just looks so cool. It looks so cool, man. So cool. All right. So let me go ahead and put up the poll here, and then. Are we reading the title? Let me know. Let me grab the iPad, and then we will get into the intro. Now, ladies and gentlemen, like any time that we read a chapter outside of our normal schedule, normally we do this every single Thursday night at around anywhere between 8 to 11 p.m., and it goes into God knows how long, into the late hours of the night. But because it's Wednesday night, I truly do appreciate everybody who stopped by today for an early version of this. I know there's probably a bunch of people that don't even know this chapter's out yet. I know I most certainly would have been one of those people if it wasn't for my boy Akash Panda. Shout out to Akash Panda. Because I never in a million years would have known. And I was so in my Xenoblade grind, days would have passed. And I wouldn't have known unless my cousin would have messaged me or something. But... y'all, I have to, before we get into the chapter this week, I really have to thank y'all for not only the beautiful words that y'all shared with me during the live stream, but also all the wonderful comments that y'all left after the stream last week in regards to what we were talking about for failure. I received so many words of encouragement in last week's chapter reaction, both within the thing and in DMs, that it really meant a lot to me. So all love to every single one of y'all who reached out, and even those who didn't reach out, but it resonated with you. Like all love to y'all, man. That was definitely something that I couldn't wait to get off my chest, and so to be able to have that moment with y'all and to see all of the wonderful comments that came after that, I truly do appreciate y'all. But ladies and gentlemen, we are here today not to talk about failure, we're here to talk about some greatness. We are here for the 1,157th installment of the best-selling manga in history, man. And like we were just talking about, it's been a wonderful weekend to be a fan of this series, with all types of greatness on all sides. And as we head here closer into the what's either going to be the middle of Elbaf, towards the climax of Elbaf, or towards, the, who knows, right? Who knows how long this arc's going to be. But as we continue on through this arc, and especially in the middle of this flashback, it's a good time to just be like, you know what, man? Just grateful for the opportunity to be here today, reading all of the best-selling manga in history with y'all on this wonderful Wednesday night, August 11th. Oh, no, I'm sorry, August 13th. Look at that. See this? I can't see, man. This is why I wear glasses. August 13th, 10:34 p.m. Eastern Time. To read what is bound to be some greatness, because we're in the flashback of legend, man. And I can't wait to see what this week's version of that has in store for us, considering since Emu showed up, don't me reversing me, since Emu showed up within this arc, it has been non-stop gas. Non-stop. It's been heat after heat after banger after banger after banger. And we are here today to see what is going to follow up Goon piece from last week and Rock's piece from the week before that and Rock's piece again the week before that. So let's see what we get into this week. In that one... Did y'all see that Hancock, the new Treasure Cruise card? Looks really cool, man. It looks like NL. It's like an NL looking Hancock. I was like, this looks really cool. I mean, all Goon piece aside, looks really, really cool. Just like nice character design. So speaking of NL, he's coming to Power Warriors, which I think is really cool. Really. Dude. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he's here. He's here. It's over. It's over! Oh, man. Hold up. Where is it at? Where is it at, man? Emu. I concede. Look at that. Don't even get the opportunity to have the full screen version of this. Sweet mother of flagnards, man. Instant Messenger Sama stops by in the middle of me talking. You know what they say? Speak of him and he shall appear. And Instant Messenger Sama shows up and delivers 50 flippin' dollars, bro. 50 euros, not even dollars. 50 euros. So we know Instant Messenger Sama resides, which actually is very fitting. I've always felt that the Mari Jo reminds me of like the Vatican. So the fact that Instant Messenger Sama is donating 50 euros is actually very, very in lore context. So Instant Messenger Sama, number one, I hope that you receive all of your all of the royalties that you're gonna get from this trading card, which I'm sure is gonna go for like $1,000, $10,000. Whenever that leader card drops for you, Emu. But all love to you, man. I mean no harm. I mean no harm. So all love to you. All love to you. I appreciate you so much, Instant Master Sama, for your continued support. Like I said, just don't take the stream down. That's all I ask. You hold the power. You hold the power, man. Not Spectrum, not Verizon. You are exactly biblically accurate hockey. You know what I'm saying? Biblically accurate is crazy. It's so true, though. It's so true. All right, Joe. Let me pull up the chapter here. It looks like we can read the title. So let's see what we have in store this week, man. Sweet mother of flagnards. Oh, I still had the tab open for last week. Perfect. Bro, I forgot that last week was the was the cover for like the entirety of Shonen Jump, like all of Weekly Shonen Jump with Pokemon, dude. No, I got an ad. I got an ad. Here we are. One Piece chapter 1157, The Legendary Bar. Someone's gonna rap in this chapter? We dropping bars! Oh man! So last week was Goon Piece, and this week we're gonna drop some bars. We going platinum? Oh, who's dropping a bar? All right. If I gotta make a prediction on who's dropping a bar, let's see. I'm gonna go Rocks, because he's been dropping bars. Let me see. Rocks is capable of dropping a legendary bar. If we stick with his crew, let's go. Kaido can drop a bar, bro. He really can. I feel like, whoa, no, that's a bar. Let's go, Kaido. Does Whitebeard have? You know what? Whitebeard might have it in him. He is the one who said, "Can we get much higher?" He did patent that. So let's put Whitebeard in there. And if we switch somewhere else, you know what? Just sticking with Harold. Ooh, yo, Harold. I'm gonna go Harold. No, Rock's number 1, Harold number 2, Kaido, and then Whitebeard for he'll be in the background saying, "Can we get much?" So he'll be the chorus, and then one of those three is dropping the bar. One of those three is dropping the bar of legend, man. One of them is dropping the bar. Chapter 157, the legendary bar, and we have Yamato, Kiku, an old girl. I keep forgetting her name. Old girl and a snowman, and they're praying before a grave here. He died protecting the village from Kaido, leaving no trace of his body behind. Shout out, man. Only Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 39. Remind me whose grave this is. Like I said, I'm so locked into Xenoblade. All of this stuff like that normally would be in the brain is not in the brain. So remind me whose grave this is. He died protecting the village from Kaido, leaving no trace of his body behind. I'm trying to tell you, man, the World bars? Like, come on, man. Come on. NL, bro, don't try me. Yo, NL shows up in a flashback chapter like this, and it's over. It is over, bro. Bro, don't even try me, man. Don't even try me. We have no idea who's grave. Oh, so we're supposed to predict. Akash Panda comes in with the 2 and says, "No way, Ulti is making a Kaido snowman at the grave." Where is it? Where's the Kaido snowman? Oh, the one in the back. We're still good? It probably really does look Kaido. Bro, it real deal looks like Kaido has the horns. It's got the... It is. That's crazy. Oh, that's just wonderful, man. Yo, listen. That's a profile picture right there. Kaido Snowman? That just confirms he's going to be the one dropping a bar this week. Yo. I would not have caught that in the slightest. That's great. Exactly, Lazy Mofos. Exactly. Dang, man. All right. So, remind me whenever we circle back after this, so we can talk about who we think this this grave belongs to. Because if we're supposed to theorize about this, we'll definitely come back to that. That's fascinating. So once again, Kaido Snowman, squad praying, chapter 157, the legendary bar. Oda's notes, recently I've had Otokawa Surayo. It's tough being a man, playing in the background while I do color work. Once you say it, it's all over. And this is from Ichiro Oda himself, as all of the notes are whenever we actually do get notes. Foot Colony. Foot Colony? Foot Colony? Foot Colony? I don't know, I can't stop saying that. Temple of the International Philanthropy Federation. The Federation of Feet? Woohoo! This is a ton of loot! Let's haul it all out. Nice work, that's everything. Is Rux? The boys? Let's book it. It is! So they're here at the Temple of Feet. Nice work, that's everything. The Federation of Feet. Let's book it. Please stop. That money was donated for poor children in need. They don't care. Is that Zeus and Prometheus? It is. We see Big Mom with a massive sack of treasure right here. Running. They're trying to stop her. That's just wonderful. Yeah, right, if that's true, why hasn't it been turned over? You were gonna keep it, right? Oh, so she was like, yo, y'all are lying. This ain't for children, y'all are trying to keep this. Hey, Ochoku, hey. Lower the lift. We're still underground. Shut up already. Hey, Shiki. Bro, flipping Shiki, man. Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about him. Bomb comes in. Chow. Is that Kaido? It's Kaido and Whitebeard, and the bomb is coming for Kaido and Whitebeard. It explodes. That's just great, man. That's just great. So he goes in. The bomb comes. And he's like, well, I mean, if it's already happening, let it slide. Let it slide, you know, and it falls on flipping Kaido and Whitebeard. That's great. Gee! This way the rest of us all get bigger cuts. He's like, yeah, man, if they get taken out, that's fine. We get more money. Suckers. These bastards know everything about us. Isn't the army here yet? They're close, sir. We can't let them escape. Yes, sir, Lord High Priest. Seal the temple. The Temple of Feet. Yeah! These iron bars just sprung up. They're trying to trap us, eh? I'll bust through. Out of the way. Okay, Big Mom, let him know. What? The hell's the island sinking? No, this is an earthquake. Whitebeard's fruit! So did he already have it here? No, this is an earthquake. It's got to be his handiwork. Bro, good. Dang. So he was like, yo, y'all gonna throw a grenade at me. You best believe we're about to cause some tsunamis. You best believe. Oh, it's been so long since we've seen this fruit in action, bro. Tilting of the seas. Always think of the anime when I see this. So they start flying. Newgate! My boy Whitebeard, man, he said, yeah, y'all ain't playing no jokes on me now. The temple is... Gotta admit, I'm a bit jealous I can't do that. Flipping Kaido. Bro, like, come on, man. Kaido and Whitebeard. Gotta admit, I'm a bit jealous I can't do that. Interested in getting a power, huh? You better choose wisely if you seek one out and you'll be stuck with it for life. And Whitebeard's like, man, I got this one. Kaido, God bless his soul, ended up with one of the best fruits with the fish that turns into a dragon. So He definitely ended up with a good end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? He definitely got one of the best fruits. Shout out to Big Mom. Good point. Who was it? Which one of you tried to ditch us down there? Figures it'd be you, Shiki. Oh, Kyokun. Thank goodness you survived. I was so worried about you. What are you all doing? Everyone move it. I'm gonna kill your behind. You at least kept the treasure safe, right? Of course. Hey, Rocks, look at the shore. It's the Navy. Bro, he already took out an admiral solo dolo. East Blue Rocks took out an admiral. Who are they gonna bring? Dog, we got Whitebeard, Kaido, Shiki, Big Mom, all in the rocks. New challengers have shown up. Hey, knock it off. With the infighting, this ain't the time. We should have been getting ready to ship off. The Marines are everywhere. That was fast. Did someone leak our plans? Someone leaked their plans. Screw it, no point prepping to sail now. Get ready to fight. Who is that? The thing right here makes it feel like it's Momonga, but it definitely, I don't think it is. If it's a mustache, it might be me. It might be me. Get ready to fight. Plunder everything and sink them all. Rocks don't give a flying flag, nards, man. That's why I rock with this dude, no pun intended. It's really why I rock with him. He just doesn't care. Look at this. Look at how goated this... Bro, this panel right here with all the Navy ships pulling up and Rocks just standing on top of the of all this rubble left behind by Whitebeard's fruit. It's just so cool. It's so cool. In a mere 2 years, since their 2 years. In a mere 2 years since their formation, the record of the Rocks crew spoke for itself. The record. Yeah, because they probably went like the Golden State Warriors from 10 years ago, man. Freaking 73-9 crew. 16 documented raids. 76 sunken ships. Yeet. 14 ports reduced to ash. 5 towns wiped off the map. 5 towns. 1 nation brought to ruin. He's ruining nations! Hold on. 16 documented raids. 76 sunken ships. 14 ports reduced to ash. 5 towns wiped off the map. And 1 nation brought to ruin. 3 unprecedented violations of Article 18 of international law. What is Article 18 of international law, bro? That's so specific. 3 unprecedented violations of Article 18 of international law, and you just have Rocks here boxing, and 25 criminal records quietly erased. Come on, man. Come on, dude. How do you not read this and be like, yo, this is real pirate manga? It's just great. 16 documented raids, 76 sunken ships, 14 ports reduced to ash. Ash, bro. 5 towns wiped. 1 nation gone, brought to ruin. 3 unprecedented violations of Article 18. Article 18. And 25 criminal records, man. Quietly erased. Even with the future Pirate King Goldie Roger sailing the seas, yo, the Roger name drop, it would not be an overstatement to refer to this period as the era of the Rocks. Even with the future Pirate King Goldie Roger sailing the seas, It would not be an overstatement to refer to this period, specifically this period, as the era of rocks. That's so fascinating. So it's like you had the Rocks era, then the Roger era, right? Obviously, once Rocks died. So it's just so cool to have it narrated that way. Like, yeah, even though Roger was still in the seas, obviously not Pirate King Roger yet, but Roger was still out here, still in the seas. And even with him still being out there, it was still Rox's era. You know? What a line of narration, dude. I can't wait to hear the Toei narrators say that. Matter of fact, even with the future Pirate King Goldie Rogers sailing the seas, it would not be an overstatement to refer to this period as the era of rocks. The era of rocks, bro. That is incredible. Is my audio good, by the way? Is my audio good? I'm going to assume it is. No one's told me that it's low or anything, so I'm going to assume it's good. I'm going to assume it's good. But dang, dude. What a line of narration. Audio good? I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you. And Nishi New World. What are you doing? Leave this place at once, Harold. Harold! All non-affiliated nations are considered lawless territories. Don't concern yourselves with the humans living there. They have no rights. Wow. That's messed up. The world government can't just decree everything like that. Let them go. This country gave aid to Elbaf during our famine out of the kindness of their hearts. They are our friends, our saviors. King Harold, help us. We're not leaving without repaying our debt. Harold, you understand that Elbaf is under consideration for becoming a member nation, correct? Intervening to help us would be one thing, but you'll only hurt your membership bid if you intervene on behalf of a non-affiliated country. My boy don't care. My boy doesn't care. So stay out of the way, Harold. And he shoots someone. Yeah. You scum. You aren't human. Take him out. Take him out, Harold. King Harold, he flies. Bro, look at how huge he is. I mean, he's doing the Jordan pose. He jumps over to the world government ship. King Harold exposed. That's a YouTube title if I've ever seen one. King Harold exposed. Elbaf Monarch sinks innocent battleship. Going into the classic One Piece propaganda thing, right? Where it's always misinformation. Elbaf Monarch sinks innocent battleship. Alliance with the government revealed as a ploy. World Economic Journal headlines. Morgan's, or maybe his father, reported that. Elbaf Monarch sinks innocent battleship. Alliance with government revealed as a ploy. World Economic Journal headlines. As always, they're always capping in those journals. Except when they're hyping up Luffy, then that's not capped. Rocks! You see? That's the government for you. Let's drink at the castle, Harold. So now he's back at Elbaf. Ida's Tavern, Elbaf. Don't be dumb. I'm not letting a man with a reputation as bad as yours come into the mainland. Your whole nation should be joining up with me. Come on, Harold, give it up. I can't stand seeing you grovel to the government anymore. Sooner or later, my boy... No, Ad! My boy, this is when he shaved his head. Sooner or later, Elbaf will become a member nation of the world government. Did you think shaving your head was a sign of good faith? Is that a cultural thing you got from somewhere? Vo! Yo, I love how Rock's similar to like Luffy's just... he just doesn't give flying platters, but he's just having a drink on the table. On the table, bro. Garp laughed at me too. Garp laughed at me too. Garp? That guy who hates the top brass? Oh no, that guy hates the top brass. Oh. That is such a great line coming from Rox. So even at a young age, Garp hated everything the top brass stood for. Garp, that guy that hates the top brass. He'd also be better off as a pirate. Wow. What a line to come from Rox, man. Garp laughed at me too. And he's like, yo, Garp, that guy hates the top brass. That means Rox had his moments with Garp too. They're a massive organization, sure. They have their corrupt trash in their ranks. But the Navy is a fine army. The average Marine helps save people on a day-to-day basis. So he's like, yo, they got some garbage in there. But the average individual is a good dude. Right? Just trying to carry out their duty. But man, I can't get over this line, dude. Rox knew. He knew that, yo, Garp doesn't mess with these dudes. He doesn't mess with the top brass. Some of them already come from Elbaf, like John Giant. If more of our country's warriors followed suit. They could use their boundless strength to really make a difference for people everywhere. Now that's terrifying. Rox is like, yo, I'm not sure. Because Rox is thinking about it, man, I'm trying to become king of the world. I gotta go box these dudes at one point. I was like, man, keep the giants here. Don't have them up there. Don't put them up there. Absolutely though, man. So that was Harold's mindset. Harold's looking at it from a pure mindset of like, you know, if our giants were able to that actually changes a bit of how I actually look at the like what we've seen from the giants that we had, like Saul, for example, or any of the others that we've gotten throughout the course of the story, the two at Ennie's lobby that serve as Marines, right? Like this was a part of that pure Herald mindset of individuals who could use their boundless strength to really attempt to make a difference, right? And of course, that could be used for insane amounts of corruption at the hands of somebody like a Spandam or the Celestial Dragons or a lot of those flag nerds. But there could be a lot of those individuals that actually are just trying to make a difference, man. It's interesting. Why don't you talk some sense into him, Ida? I wish I could. If Harold was my son, I'd tell him you should choose your friends wisely. Oh man, you got Hadru-Dean and Loki. Hey, don't take shots at me. Navy headquarters. Marineford headquarters? Listen, man. It's never let me down. Any chapter that has Marineford headquarters in it, 500 out of 10. I don't make the rules. Are you kidding me? Yo. Oh, this just feels good to see, man. This ain't even McDonald's. This is pre-McDonald's. This is, you know what I'm saying? No more McDonald's. Back to Marineford, man. You know, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. If a giant were to roll over in their sleep, people could be crushed to death. If one just loses their temper, lives could be lost. Do you really think humans can coexist with such creatures? That's the gist of what they told me. They really said all that? Yep. They're fine. Is that Garp? It's Garp. Sengoku Otsuru as well. Kong! Yo, back to back! They're fine letting him join the Navy, but that's all, huh? Yo, my boys! Back at Marineford! Vice Admiral Garp, Luffy's grandpa. Vice Admiral Sengoku, future fleet admiral. Vice Admiral Otsuru, future Great Staff Officer. And Admiral Kong. Admiral Kong! Admiral Kong! Admiral Kong! Yo! For so many years, dudes have been hyping up Kong. You got your payoff, man. Admiral Kong! Future Commander-in-Chief. Because for so long, right, I'd always heard, could Kong box? Could Kong really throw down the ones with a lot of people in the One Piece verse? Hey, Admiral Kong? Prime Admiral Kong? He's running it. He's running it, man. You know? Yo, that's nice, dude. They're fine letting him join the Navy, but that's all, huh? Harold is an honest man. He's trying to learn from history and change Elbaf. So Sengoku understood his what his true intentions are. There's rumors he's being scouted by rocks. Oh, how cool is this? Because remember, when we first heard about the Rocks pirates, it came at the behest of like a meeting around the table. It was like this, right? Where they started bringing up who this individual was. So it's just really cool to have them talk about the Rocks like in real time from the Marine perspective. Like that is so cool. Kong has the desk. That's great. That's great. That is great. If that's true, the Navy might not even be able to stand against him. You make good points, but it is what it is. We're really stuck between a rock and a hard place now. Feels so good to see Garp, man. Shout out to my guy. Still, you can't deny their wild and violent track record. Exactly the kind of strength I'm after, Kong. That's exactly the kind of strength I'm after, Kong. Garp always had his eyes to the top, man. He was like, yo, I'm boxing Roger. I can box Rocks too. You know, that was his mindset. I don't care who it is. Just hurry and make Elbaf a member nation already. If it were up to me, it wouldn't be an issue. If it were up to me, it wouldn't be an issue. So this was something that they were going back and forth on between them. I love how Garp is eating too. You know, very, very classic Luffy. And he's got a Yakuza shirt on. We love to see it, man. We love to see it. 42 years ago, Hachino... Here we go, y'all. Oh, snap. The Pirate Island. This is huge. This is really huge. This is big news. Shaku Yaku has quit as captain of the Kuja Pirates. Yo, Shaki, that bounty poster is looking nice. That bounty poster is looking nice, yo. Looking nice. Big news. Shaku Yaku has quit as captain of the Kuja Pirates. What? That means there's no chance we're running towards sea anymore. They're heartbroken. Yo, there's some pirates that became pirates just to see old girl. They're heartbroken, man. It can't be. I set sail because I dreamed to be... What'd I just say, bro? What'd I just say? There are dudes out here who are just thirsting. Like, yo, I just want to get a sight line of Shaku Yaku. A sight line, man. I set sail because I dreamed of being attacked by Shaku Yaku's Kuja pirates. We've wasted our youth. Shaki-chan. Shaki's out here breaking the hearts of people she don't even know exist. What are you up to, Shaki? Gloriosa! Oh, she's already with Big Mom! So she's already joined the Rocks. Oh, man! I see. But I would have wanted to see how she ended up joining the Rocks, though. What are you up to, Shaki? Do you reckon she quit so she could chase after a man like you did, Gloriosa? Do you reckon she quit so she could chase after a man like you did, Gloriosa? So did Gloriosa join the Rocks Pirates specifically to get back at Roger? Does love always lead to ruin on the Isle of Women? I don't know, this conversation is happening between... Is that Oven? Is that Oven? But look at the hair. Is that Oven? is Oven. What do you... I think you skipped a dialogue bubble from Harold? Oh, I skipped a dialogue bubble? Let me see. Trying to see when it was that I skipped it. Let me know, Akash Panda. Let me know, and then I'll go back after we finish reading. Let me go back to this. This is fascinating. So Shaki leaves. She quits being the captain of the Kuja Pirates. Gloriosa's already with the they're a massive organization. Okay, hold on, let me see. Let me go back. Oh no, I read that line of dialogue from Harold. They're a massive organization. Sure, they have corrupt trash in their ranks, but the Navy's a fine army. Yeah, I read that line. It was that's when I was talking about how there are average individuals, average dudes within the Marines that are just doing their thing, right? And there, of course, there's corrupt people, but there's people genuinely trying to do good. But I appreciate you, Gosh Panda, man. So, Shaki leaves, and now going back to this, what are you up to, Shaki? Do you reckon she quit so she could chase after a man like you did, Gloriosa? Is that Katakuri, bro? It's gotta be, right? If this one down here is Oven, this gotta be putting Katakuri on her shoulder. Is that Katakuri? Oh, yo, baby Katakuri in the gut. Baby Katakuri, bro! Daifuku? Where's Daifuku? I didn't peep Daifuku. Oh, I see Daifuku on the right. Oh, man. Daifuku on the right. Oven down here at the bottom. And you got big Katakuri on the shoulder. Nah, bro. So she's been had. Dang, bro, she's really popping out kids. Do you reckon she quits so she can chase after a man like you did, Gloriosa? Does love always lead to ruin on the Isle of Women? And you have big Katakuri, bro. Like you know anything about the pain of love, you crank out kids like popcorn. That's such a great line. Anyways, I honestly can't imagine her getting lovesick. I'd never forgive her if she went after Roger. That's interesting. I honestly can't imagine her getting lovesick, and I'd never forgive her if she went after Roger, because of course that's Gloriosa's man. Dang, dude, what a page! So Gloriosa's already with the Rocks Pirates. Big Mom's already pumped out a few kids. Yo, Daifuku, Oven, and Katakuri. It's always Shaki this and Shaki that. Is that Stussy? It's always Shaki this and Shaki that. At least you've only got eyes for me, right, Newgate? Oh, okay, Stussy. Okay. I love this. I have no idea how much I love this. But I love how everybody's like, yeah, like Shaki's like number one. It's like, yo, screw her. You only got eyes for me, right? I've never been in love with you. Dang! Dang, Whitebeard! I've never been in love with you. I mean, right off the... I mean, just cold with it. What did you just say? I'm the popular sensation Miss Bucket. Ain't that enough? No, I want you. No, I want you. Oh my god, we've got 2 weeks in a row of romance piece. That's just great. That's wonderful. So, oh man, how wonderful is this with context from like the present time, right? With how Buckin is with Weevil, going back to Whitebeard. How great, man. How great is this in context? No way, something crazy is happening. What's wrong? It's the Kuja pirates. They're coming toward the coast. So are they just coming, are they just coming to go, like, try to get back Gloriosa? Because they've lost Shaki? In Pirate Island's history, this incident is said to rank among the great. In Pirate Island's history, this incident is said to rank among the greatest. The greatest? Who's on this ship? Is Roger on the ship? In Pirate Island's history, this incident is said to rank among the greatest. Even when... Hold on, I need some water. What am I about to read? Oh my god. I'm putting on Santa hat immediately. Among its greatest? Who's coming? Who's on the ship? In Pirate Island's history, this incident is said to rank among the greatest. Even with all that was yet to come, you're talking, even with everything that happens after, it's still? Who the flip is on the ship? The arrival of the world's most beautiful idol. The arrival of the world's most beautiful idol caused a commotion in the hive of murderous fiends. Take care, Captain. Oh, it's Jackie? Oh man. I can't blame them from last week. You know what I'm saying? I can't blame them. I really can't, dog. I can't, bro. I said it last week, Shaki top 1. You know what I'm saying? Vortex top 1! Top 1, man. Yo! So Shaki herself showed up. It's a goddess. I can die happy. My boy said my life is fulfilled. Nah, man. Yo, shout out to Shaki, man. She's carrying a briefcase. Thanks for the ride, Tritoma. This will do. So she came to Hachinosu. Everyone's shook. Everyone is shook. Yes, ma'am. So take care, Captain. So this is Pirate Island. What brings you here, ma'am? This land is too filthy for you. You mustn't go any farther. Yo, these dudes are thirsting, man. Tears blur my vision. Tears blur my vision, yet her light still blinds me. There's the bar. There's the legendary bar from the title of the chapter. Oh, man, hold on. Run that back for me one more time. Tears blur my vision, yet her light still blinds me. That's the bar. That's the bar, man. That's the bar. Tears blur my vision, yet her light still blinds me. Is she real or am I dreaming? I mean, bro, she's got brothers having introspections like back in the beginning of Kingdom Hearts. You remember when you first started Kingdom Hearts? Shooting Disney, Squaresoft. Dun, 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 you're the simple and clean. A far off memories is a scattered dream. I'm trying to remember everything else. Like, am I real or whatever? Y'all remember the line? You know, or is all this fake? Is it all a dream? You got people having introspections like there's Sora at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts, bro. That's how you know Shaki's got dudes tripping. I mean, hard tripping. When they're having introspection on their own life, like, man, is she even real? is it all really simple and clean? Is this my sanctuary, you know? And you walk away. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you got dudes thinking of Utada Hikaru lines, man. Is she real or am I dreaming? So pretty, bro. Her light is blinding these brothers. I mean, they are thirsting. A knockout. What a babe. Wait a minute, are you joining the Rock's crew like Gloriosa? If she joins the Rock's crew, I will officially say, if she joins the Rock's Pirates, that is when I take the stance of like, that is, until Luffy's EOS crew, that is the greatest crew ever. I already feel that way with what we have so far. But you have the individual who brings Roger to his knees on the ship. That's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's the only character that can say that. That is the only character that can say that. So it's like, man, no, I just want to live here for a while. Okay, no, she wants no parts of the pirate life. No parts. She just wants to live here. She just wants to live here, man. No, I just want to live here for a while. What? Dang, dude. Now I gotta feel for, number one, I gotta feel for Stussy. Because Stussy's like this flipping flagnard, Shaggy, and now Shaggy's gonna live here. So, you know, she's gonna be a jealous wreck. I'm wondering how Gloriosa's gonna feel about this, actually. Quitting won't matter to the Marines. They'll always be after me since I was a pirate. So I'm gonna hide out here for a while with all of you. You'll protect me, right? Yes, ma'am. Bro, these dudes are gonna go for war, man. You know, I remember there was that meme of like the girl that you can go to war for, and they would have like the dude who's looking down at his pocket watch. It's like, yeah, man, you know, I'd go to war. You know, you'd have dudes out here dropping 60 when you got someone bad courtside. Bro, Shaggy's gonna have vice admirals no longer being fodder. Bro, Shaggy's so bad, a vice admiral becomes an admiral. You understand what I'm saying? A regular pirate becomes non-fodder. They're going to be dropping 60. I mean, you're going to have dudes, no-name dudes coming off the street dropping 50 in an NBA game. That's how bad Shaggy is. Dudes are going to be stressing. Of course we will. This place smells. Come on, y'all, take a shower, dog. Put some deodorant on, man. We'll listen. It don't hurt nobody. Rocks Pirates, Pirate Island, it ain't gonna kill you. Put it on. Put it on. A whole pack. It's a pocket change. Put it on, and it'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be good. We're not sponsored by Old Spice, by the way. We're not sponsored. But man, you can't have the place being smelly when Shaggy's pulling up. You can't have it, man. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Bro, just put on some deodorant. Put it on, man. You ain't gotta take a shower. Just put it on. Just put it on, man. Dive in. We can't have the place being smelly when Shaggy's pulling up. What's wrong with y'all? We'll clean up right away. I want to open a store. We'll build one for you. Bro, these dudes are thirsty, man. Let's grow some flowers for her. You know, she's got pirates turning into Animal Crossing characters, bro. This is nuts. Rocks. Hey, what's all the noise? This must be the event. Why are you rats making such a racket? The Rocks crew is back. This is bad. Don't blame her, Captain Rocks. This is our doing. Huh? What's she doing here? The narrator. The pirate island of Hachinosu was abuzz with excitement. The hell is this? Shaggy's rip-off bar had finally opened. The same bar that's in Sabahudi? They say the wait just to get in would take over a month. Dang. Nah, Shaggy top one. Shaggy top one. I already felt that way. Now I definitely feel that way. Shaggy top one. Top one. I don't want to. You're talking to Shanks fanboy number one. I don't want to hear that John no more. Shanks, Joy Boy, Emu Who. I'm sorry, Emu. I didn't mean that. My bad. I mean that. But Emu Who. I'll whisper it. Emu Who. Emu Who. Emu Who, man. Oh. Welcome. Damn, bro. Welcome. I'm so happy to see you. You'll be my first customers. Would you like a drink? I gotta see how Rox reacts to this, bro. I gotta see. Rox has hard eyes! Nika, Joy Boy, none of them. They don't compare. Rox hard eyes! Rox hard bro, I swore on everything. I thought that Rox was gonna be like Luffy, bro. I thought Rox was gonna be like Luffy and be like, man, I don't need that jump, man. I had the whole One Piece in front of you and be like, I don't know what that. You know what I'm saying? I have a different treasure in mind. You feel me? Luffy saw the whole One Piece and was like, hey, for later. For later. My goal. I'm focused. I'm a focused man. I'm a focused man, man. And he was like, yo, we'll take care of business at some point in the future, but it ain't gonna be now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be now. But this Rox in the flat. Luffy upscale? Can we get much higher? Luffy upscale? That's all I know. But anyways. Luffy didn't see Shaq in her prime. That's all I know. Anyways. So we got Rox. Rox's heart leaves his chest. Capone's dad's heart leaves his chest. Whitebeard. Yo, man. All I know is this. Shaki said Monkey Chin. And Luffy took that junk like it was a flippin' passing bystander of a word. Yo, Rox, Whitebeard, or Roger would have heard Monkey Chan the same way that she said to Luffy, they would have been on their knees. That's all I know. That's all I know, man. The future king of the pirate. We're out of the 90s. We're out of the 90s, man. We are out of the 90s. And it's new generation era, baby. Luffy upscale. We out the 90s, man. Come on. On a serious note, all jokes aside, for the Luffy upscale, which isn't a joke, but it is. Bro, I cannot, in my right mind, blame Rox, Roger, Whitebeard. I can't blame any of them. You know what I'm saying? That's the greatest praise you can get. Bro, exactly, right? Like, oh, man. I have no idea how much I love this. Because throughout this entire time, I was thinking, if Rox were to see Shaki, how would he react? How would he react to that? How would Whitebeard react, right? And so now we have our answer. I really thought Rox was going to have a reaction like Luffy, but for him to not have a reaction like Luffy, number one, shows Shaki's greatness. But number two, really does showcase what Oda's going for with this flashback, which is just showing a different side of all these characters, which I just think is so much fun, man. Yo, this keeps going, and this stretch, like, I'm gonna have to add this stretch to the favorite stretches of all time list, man. I have to, bro. We've had 2 straight chapters of romance piece. This means something to me, man. This means something to me, bro. You got Shaki pulling up on Roger, and now pulling up on Rox,
And all of it is straight gas romance piece, man. It's a beautiful time to be alive. Bro, she's got Shiki, Rocks, Whitebeard, everyone on their knees. Shakuyaku was like a flower blooming in dry wasteland. What a bar! Another legendary bar. Shakuyaku was like a flower blooming in dry wasteland. Her very presence enriched the island. Sweet mother of Flagnards, man. What a fun flashback, bro. Like, I'm so glad that Oda didn't keep it to just one chapter. Because if it would have kept it to just last chapter, I would have been like, you know what? It's always going to stay memorable as that chapter because we don't get chapters like that in One Piece. But for us to get 2 chapters back to back of that, especially coming off like the Rocks High, it's such a great palate cleanser for what has been such a magical flashback. I mean, at this point, even just with this stuff, with how hilarious it's been, how much fun these interactions have been, it's getting harder and harder for me not to say that this is really starting to become a favorite flashback, man. I mean, right there with the Kumon 0-1. The narrator returns. The inhabitants of Hachinosu came to covet her as a treasure, an irreplaceable crown jewel. And so you've got Shaki at the bar, and you got everyone else. This man Rocks is going loony, bro. I just can't open it. I'll give you a hand. Unfortunately, a treasure is always the inevitable target of theft. This place smells great. A treasure is always the inevitable target of theft. What a way of saying that. So does that lead into what the narration was? Or was the narration a joke for like Shaki showing up? Room of authority? Room of authority? Bro, that might have been the most shocking Mari Joa page turn, or just switch over to the page so far in the final saga. Because we've seen them so long. But bro, the way this chapter was going, the last thing I would have ever imagined is for us to switch to the Holy Land. Room of Authority Mari Joa. Very well, relay this to Herald. We shall accept Elbaf's admission into the world government on one condition. The warriors of Elbaf must, and we see the Gordo say all 5 of them, must kill Rocks. And that is why they are not a member nation. Because that's Herald's boy, man. That's Herald's boy. Oh, what a brilliant way to end this chapter. Because we got last week's chapter filled with so much fun. This week's chapter filled with so much fun. And the flashback ends up like, hold on, man. Serious stuff is on the horizon. Oh, what a great way to mix the fun stuff with the serious stuff on the same page. Oh, wow, bro. One of the most shocking turns to see the Mari Joa, for sure. That was the last. I thought we were going to end the chapter on this Shaki stuff. Oh, wow. The words of Elbaf must kill Rocks. And that's what it's going to take. Dang, dude. What a fun flipping chapter, man. Yo. Oh, so that's what the title is for, like, on a serious note, the legendary bar with Shaki's bar. But man, what a fun chapter. Just seeing the Rocks pirates. Great character interactions between them. Here in this first section, we got to see Whitebeard using his fruit. Always fun. Rocks greatness with the Navy. Really cool narration here for the Rocks era. Herald had some awesome scenes right here, man. Really nice stuff in the middle of the chapter. Then we got Herald and Rocks greatness. We cut over to Marineford
and see Kong and Suru and Sengoku and Garp. And then we come back to Hachinosu. And bro, we got Baby Kata Curry Oven and Daifuku with Gloriosa and Big Mom, Stussy and Whitebeard shenanigans. I mean, what a stacked chapter. And then Shaki shows up and it's just... Man, bro, what an awesome chapter, bro. Awesome, awesome chapter. And then, for us to cut from Rox and Whitebeard and them being taken out by Shaki to switching over to the Room of Authority, and it's like immediate seriousness. The words of Elbaf must kill Rox. And that's the only way that they're going to accept Elbaf's admission into the world government. God, man. This flashback is so awesome. It's such an awesome flashback. Break week? I didn't even read that. Oh, I see it right here. Flipping flagnards. Oda, man. Take the break. I'll live off of this chapter for the next week. I promise you. This was another really fun chapter, man. God. Yo. Yo, this just like I said last week, it's another example of why like I really rock with this series, no pun intended. It's because of the way it's able to balance tone like this, man. And we had so many different things happen in this chapter. It was a really stacked chapter with a lot of different elements that make this series so much fun to read. But man, dude. Shaki top 1. If there is any major takeaway from this chapter, actually there's 2 takeaways. The first one, obviously, Shaki top 1. And there's no room for debate on that. But number 2 is, I think now we're really starting to set the table for this. And what's about to take place here with the Giants, with Rox, and eventually what's going to happen with Rox and Roger. As a matter of fact, honestly, because before this little part of the page right here with the Marijoa and this whole Kill Rox thing, I was still going back and forth in my head on how much of God Valley we were going to see in this flashback. I think after seeing this, Oda's placing so much emphasis on the Rox segment of this flashback that I think we almost have to see God Valley to its completion within this flashback. It's just perfect timing. Because we know that Rox quote-unquote perishes there, right? We obviously don't know if he's residing within Blackbeard or if he disappeared, right? Or if he really did die on that day during the God Valley incident. But I think one thing's for sure that what we're leading towards is once Rox dies, that's when a lot of the craziness on Elbaf started happening. The Herald stuff that leads into tragedy, the Loki stuff that leads into tragedy. So it all centers in on that Rox stuff. So once Rox dies, and we go back to the Loki section of this flashback, man, dude. I think we're seeing God Valley to its completion. I'm pretty certain of that now. In this. Now I'm not sure how many chapters is going to be, because the flashback can't be too long. But I do think we're gonna get the God Valley stuff now for sure. Like I'm talking full blown God Valley stuff, unless there's something still that Oda wants to keep for as a mystery. But I do think it's perfect timing now. I really do. But anyway, Shaki top 1. Oh no, I read the Crown Jewels sentence. Did my mic just not pick up on a few things this stream? I read the Crown Jewel sentence.
God, man, what an awesome chapter. What an awesome chapter, man. Let's see. So Akash Panda, shout out to my boy Akash Panda, man. I really do appreciate you for looking out for me earlier in the stream. Goes in with the two and says, upon becoming empress, they wear Hancock's earrings. Yeah, you're right. Like every single empress wears those earrings, which is very interesting. Specifically, those earrings. It's like the most beautiful woman in the world will be wearing those earrings at one point in time. Appreciate you, Akash Panda. Thank you so much for that. JD Kurtz comes in with a 2 and says, Whitebeard wanted more than just a family. It was a different time, man, you know. It was, Whitebeard, that was Whitebeard still back in his, in his, I'm just trying to get a bag, you know, days, in the current time, right? Like, he's all about family, he's all about, you know, vibing with those he cares about. But this was back when Whitebeard was pre-legend, you know what I'm saying? So he was just like everyone else, you know. He was out there trying to get him something, which is like I've said multiple times throughout the course of this thing. I can't blame him, man. I really can't. Maybe that's what led him to. Maybe that is what led him to want to start a family potentially. Right in the future, he was like, "Dang, man, you know." Like, dang. Appreciate JD Kurtz. Whitebeard truly, at that point in time, wanted more than just a family. He really did. He really did. Thank you, JD Kurtz. Akash Panda comes in with a 5 and says, Hachinosu's treasure equals Shaki. Oh. Because for some reason, once again, when that narration box hit, I was treating it as like a moment of exaggeration, but that is the treasure of Hachinosu that we've heard about, the crown jewel of Hachinosu. Ah, yes, like legitimately as a shoot. How fascinating! See, this is why I love Oda. You know, we've been thinking for so many years, what in the world is the treasure of Hachinosu? It was Shaki. It was Shaki the whole time, which is so great. It's so brilliant. Such a great twist. So Hachinosu's treasure equals Shaki equals Helen of Troy. God Valley is a Trojan War. And now Kaido's the treasure is useless to you, Lin Lin line in 1096 is hilarious. I actually gotta go back to that. Let me see. Wait, let me see. With that context in mind. Alright, here we are at the God Valley. Actually, before I search up the line, so at God Valley, the characters that are going to be there. So yeah. So. Oh man, I can't wait until we get to this, but with more context, dude. Oh, and Gloriosas will settle it once and for all has so much more weight to it too, bro. It's been a whole year. Do you have any idea how I felt all this time, bro? I can't wait to get the more context on that. Alright, let me go for this Kaido line. Kaido and Big Mom. Flipping Kuma, man, my heart. Where was that Kaido? Oh, coach needs some coaching, bro. Listen, Xenoblade has completely melted my mind. It's not me, man. It's this. It what's happening. What Shaki is doing to the people in the verse is also what it's doing to me. Both Xenoblade and Shaki. You know what I'm saying? Shaki caused the God Valley incident. How amazing is that? How beautiful is that? Like, I just think that is so cool. The fact that the Rocks Pirates and the Roger Pirates the flipping Roger and Rock's rivalry started over Shaki. Oh, that is so brilliant. She was the central core of the God Valley incident. Do you know how flipping hilarious that is? They'll be mine, but you can't do anything with them, Lin Lin. That's my treasure. That's nuts. That is so flipping good, man. The Goon Wars. It really is. Oh, that is so. So now I'm curious, Akash Panda. Thank you so much for bringing that up. now, see, this is getting me even more excited for God Valley because it just shows me God Valley still, in the midst of all the hype craziness, it's still going to be the One Piece that we know and love, which is just trolling. So, going back to your Trojan War comment. Because now I definitely see what you're going for with this. So let's go ahead and have just a reflection for me, right? The Trojan War was a legendary conflict in Greek mythology that took place around the 12th or 13th century BC. The war was waged by the Achaeans, the Greeks, against the city of Troy after Paris of Troy took Helen from her husband, Menelaus, king of Sparta. The war is one of the most important events in Greek mythology and has been narrated through many works of Greek literature, most notably Homer's Iliad. The core of the Iliad, books 2 through 23, describe a period of 4 days and 2 nights in the 10th year of the decade-long siege of Troy. The Odyssey describes the journey home of Odysseus, absolute legendary stuff, one of the war's heroes. Other parts of the war are described in a cycle of epic poems, which have survived through fragments. Episodes from the war provided material for the Greek tragedy and other works of Greek literature, and for Roman poets, including Virgil and Ovid. Definitely see what you're cooking now, bro. Definitely see what you're cooking now. She was the centerpiece. That's why we're focusing so much on Shaki in this flashback, which is so interesting. Going back into the line that was said in this chapter about treasure being at the... What was the line again? Treasure... The line was, unfortunately, a treasure is always the inevitable target of theft. And so that's going to lead into the God Valley incident. So now I'm the most curious I've ever been for what that implies. For Shaki being the crown jewel of Hachinosu. The God Valley incident, all the characters that are there for the God Valley stuff, and Shaki being at the centerpiece of it. See, now y'all telling me this has me so excited for God Valley. Because like I said, I've always been excited for God Valley because it's gonna be what I live for, my hype fest, my clashes. But what this tells me is there's still gonna be so much silliness in there as well. There's gonna be silliness, hype stuff, a lot of potential for phenomenal character moments from Shaki, as well as Gloriosa and the rest that are directly involved with this. But also for the relationships that will come of this, right? Like, I want to see more interaction between Gloriosa and Roger, especially coming off of this. And then obviously the Celestial Dragons and the flipping fiends and demons they are for this type of stuff. So I just think there's a lot of potential here for some crazy, crazy stuff. Even crazier than I already thought it was going to be for the God Valley content. Thank you, Akash Bana. Josh Bonder comes in with a 5 and says, "Told you Goon Piece is real." Bro, I can't believe we were talking about this week's chapter. I thought we were done with it last week, man. I really did. If Shaki is really the treasure at God Valley, then that means God Valley was fought over Shaki, making it Goon Valley. Let me tell you something right now. Goon Valley over God Valley. Because God Valley was going to be peak fiction. But Goon Valley? That might make Elbaf the greatest arc of all time. I hope we see Kuma again. That would be seriously beautiful. To be able to see that from another point of view, right? Proof that One Piece is a modern day Iliad, that's for sure. Someone needs to hop on a call with Coach and walk him through this. Bro, at this point, y'all definitely need to, yo. Like I said, my brain was turned into mush a few days ago with something that I experienced in the DLC for Xenoblade, and I haven't been the same. And then I looked at Shaki this week, and I haven't been the same again. So I know we've talked about that before, Grapevine, especially during like the Emu chapters. But if Roger, I don't think Roger has been Domi reversing. Or I'm sorry, you said Rox's turn. So let me read your comment. What if Roger tries to stop Rox from fighting Emu, and while fighting Emu, Rox was turned? Rox being Domi reversed, I can see. We've talked about that before in the during the original Emu chapters, and that would be crazy. Oh, true that, Zach. True that. It still has the earrings, but it doesn't have the snake. Do we think when Stussy says Newgate, not you two, in 1096, she's being jealous over Whitebeard coming for Shaki? I think that'd be great. Goon Piece got me thinking Emu was Joy Boy's crazy ex. Let's get it. the more romance shoujo piece we have at the end of the One Piece story, the better the spin-off is going to be once One Piece ends in high school. I mean, just imagine that. The final villain of the series just jealous over the previous legends. That would be nuts, man. That would be crazy. That'd be crazy. Rox coming to save her is kind of like his version of Eni's lobby. Yo, that's a great call, Black Hawk. That's a really... when you put it in that way... Oh, when you put it that way, Black Hawk, that's peak fiction, bro. You are spitting so hard. Because Shaki gets placed here, and the same way that the Straw showed up on Eni's lobby and Luffy and them declared war on the world government, but they were able to make it out of there alive, right? But Rox wasn't. So Rox goes in there attempting to save Shaki. Yo, that is it. I like the way you're thinking. I like the weird thing because of the whole taboo subjects thing, the learning the history of the world. I like your mindset, yo. I like your mindset. Shaki arrived at Hachinosu 44 years ago. Mihawk was born 43 years ago. So is Mihawk in her trunk? That's a crazy way of saying it, Kiri. In her trunk. Listen, man. If Mihawk came out of Shaki, I will turn, and I'll become a Mihawk over Shanks guy. I've been Shanks over Mihawk my entire time as a One Piece fan. I find out that Mihawk is Shaki's daughter or Shaki's son. And listen, I'm turning. I'm turning, man. I'm turning. And God Valley has a peak split into two. Between the peaks lie the treasure. He is serious, Brandon King. I think that's what makes it hilarious. I really do. I really do. He's nuts. This chapter also lays down the stuff that people say about how conquerors don't lust after people. Good point. Good point. Good point. Because Rox is like one of the greatest. Rox and Roger are like two of the greatest conquerors ever. Them boys were thirsty. But that is a great point. If it is Garling KNYT, that's an open up. That opens a lot of can of worms. That let's get it. If it is Garling, let's flip and go. I would be so down for exploring a Garling who has kidnapped the treasure of the world, and how. I want to see how the Celestial Dragons react to someone like Shaki, because obviously Shaki is very important to the pirate world and to the Marines, individuals who they all love Shaki, right? So I'm interested in seeing how somebody like Garling, because Garling's obviously looking for someone like that as like a wife or whatever the case may be. So I'd be curious on the discrepancies between how they would go about viewing something like a treasure through different perspectives. Because that's something that's really cool about One Piece for me, is the way that a treasure for someone can mean something completely different for somebody else. And for Shaku, who's just a human being that's beloved by many people, I would be curious on how the Celestial Dragon / someone like Garling would even interact with someone like that. I'd be curious, seeing like do we go into complete trolling mode with Garling also being in love with her and taking care of her, or is he in like Celestial Dragon sicko mode? I'd be curious. I'd be curious. Akbar J comes in with an IDR 50,000. It says, "Wait up. With the Gorosei suggesting Harold to kill Rox to join the world government, does that mean Harold was in God Valley too, in some way to battle Rox?" So, if that's true, if Harold was at God Valley, then I think Harold was the one that got Domi reversied. I think if it's Harold, if Harold is at God Valley, then I don't think Rox got Domi reversied. I think it was Harold. I think Harold was Domi reversied, and that's how Imu was able to take control of that body up until the point to where we see it at all the way going back to the beginning of this flashback, to where it led to either the soldiers or Harold himself, right? And in that whole situation. So if Harold is at God Valley, we're gonna get a really tragic thing, a really really tragic thing, because you know Harold would never kill Rox. That's his guy. So Rox, that would also explain how Rox could die, because he wouldn't strike back at his friend. Oh man, if Rox were to go down at a Harold that he does not want to fight back at, because that's his boy, even though he's so close to attaining the... Oh man, dude. That'd be really tragic. Really tragic, and would cement Rox as a legend, in my eyes. If that's the case, then yeah, I could definitely see Harold being at God Valley. Yo, Dak, my boy. Yo, Dak, man. Shout out to this week's chapter, bro. Fun chapter, man. Fun chapter. Was I at God Valley too? I think we at this point, with how the series is going, I think every single last one of us have roots in God Valley. I think that's where all of us were born. That might have been where humanity was born. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the centerpiece of where this all began. Now I feel you, Vortex, bro. I he's Rox is already high on my list. Something like that were to happen, no doubt, man, no doubt. I'm trying to tie everything up because Roger teamed up with Garp to protect the Celestial Dragons, and the God Knights were there too. Yeah, Josh Pointer, like that's still the strangest part about the whole God Valley thing that I'm still trying to put my finger on. Rox was still boxed to try and save Harold. I believe so as well. Wait, the betrayal Kaido saw firsthand was Harold betraying Rox. That's why he views Onis, his own species, as not capable of rising above their sole purpose. Evil will always give way. Oh man, so that was the betrayal that he talked about a bunch of times back in Wano. Dang, if that's it, you might be onto something, bro. That's a good call. That's a great comment, bro. Dang, man. That would really hurt. Like that's so heartbreaking. That's so heartbreaking. If we weren't all at God Valley, then we're all at least related to the Rox Pirate. Yeah, at least one of them. At least one of them, Dak. Like I know I think I come from the lineage of Kaido. I want to say. I think I come from the Kaido lineage personally. I'm a part of that tree. Or Big Mom. Big Mom has so many kids. I might just be one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? Who knows? I gotta see a Loki almost married Lola. Yeah, great point. That we still. Yeah, that's crazy how much stuff we still have to see within this flashback. Not for sure, DJ, man. I can't wait for it. Yeah, Dak, man. No doubt. Like, I'm definitely starting to believe that to be the thing. So especially after the way this week's chapter ended, especially after that comment, I'm really starting to see it. Especially if he was at God Valley. Yeah, for sure, DJ. If Kaido saw Harold betray Rox or vice versa because of Domi Reversi, that would explain a lot about his worldview, specifically the parts Wano critics say is underdeveloped. It most certainly would. It most certainly would explain a lot about the way that he views the world. And I mean, I already am starting to see with the whole power and the way that his flashback was so focused on certain elements that we see prevalent within the Rock's pirates. But that would be the icing, the complete icing on the cake for why Kaido is the way that he is. Gotcha, Kosh Panda. Let me see. This man Oda really has figurines, dude. Oh, that's just great. The fish head. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Oh, that's great, man. That's awesome. That's hilarious. Yo, I would buy an Oda figurine. Have the fish somewhere in the house. Thank you for sending me that. Could you imagine Shamrock partaking in a day-back fight with the pirates? He does like games, like you said. He does like games. Coach, have you seen the Gege illustrations for the Five Elders? I did. They were all awesome. All awesome, dude. They look incredible. All of them. Like Time Lord says, each and every single one looks super, super cool. Super, super cool. Dang, man. But ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to call it here. Fun chapter, man. Super fun chapter. Early chapter this week. Shaki's hockey is so powerful. We got a Wednesday chapter. A Wednesday chapter, y'all. That's how powerful Shaq... When was the last time we had a Wednesday chapter? I don't know. But Shaki's hockey brought us to getting a Wednesday chapter, man. And so, obvious, like I said, super, super fun chapter. Excited for what's to come. I'm assuming we're going to get more shenanigans next chapter, but we're really going to start getting into the heat of the emotional crux of this flashback here soon. And it's going to be a lot of fun, man. I'm super excited. Are you doing triple episode reaction on One Piece anime? It depends on when I finish Xenoblade 3. Everything else is on hold until I finish that. So after I finish that, then we're getting back on everything. We're getting back on everything. Last two chapters have been fun, but I'll admit that I'm personally itching for when the main focus shifts back to Loki and Elbaf. I think it's definitely going to... there's going to be a lot more weight on top of all of that once we do get back to it. Especially if everything goes the way that it could go. As we continue following the Rock stuff. Yeah, it is crazy how this flashback has only been 6 chapters. It's been so much fun. I can't believe it's only been 6 chapters. Oh, that's right, because it's a last one was a double issue, so that could lead to a something being released early. That's true. Hope you catch it before the 1108 adaptation. I mean, I should finish Xenoblade 3 by the end of this weekend, and then I'll catch up to the anime. So, let me see. What is the anime going to adapt this week? 1106? 1107? Is that where we're at right now? Somewhere around there? Are we somewhere around there? Yeah, exactly, Jacob. Like, it really did remind me of like the old when the big 3 used to drop on the same day. Yeah, extremely fun flashback. 1106 this week? Okay, perfect. So if 1106 is this week, I'll definitely be there before 1107. That's for sure. Oh, that's gonna be. Oh, that's right. That is 1106. The Bonnie, the beginning of the opening. Oh man, that's gonna be so beautiful, dude. I can't wait to see how they do that. Oh, that's gonna be nice. That's gonna be so nice. Oh man. Yo, I can't. I just I still can't believe what we got this week. Yeah, that means next week's gonna be next couple of man, dude, it's gonna be nuts. We're gonna be in for a crazy stretch of chapters being adapted. We're gonna have Gear 5 greatness. Then after that, we're gonna have the Starfall chapters with the rest of the Gorosei popping up. And then we're gonna have those Vegapunk message chapters, and I can't wait to see how they end up adapting those for the visuals, for the narration, for the cameos around the world. That's gonna be a lot of fun. That's gonna be a lot of fun, man. Yeah, Dorian Brogy appearing too. Yo, speaking of that part in the opening when Noosjiro uses Conquerors on them is crazy. The favorite panel of the chapter was Mato handing Loki a drink despite being bullied and scared of him in the previous chapter. I didn't even catch that. That's a great one. Yeah, you're right. That did happen. Whenever it was Hadrudin, Mato, and Loki, and she was extending the drink. Yeah, I completely brushed over that. That's a good call. Yeah, true that. One joke as well, when Whitebeard saw Shaki, he said, sorry, my sons, but the moon is calling tonight. That's right. Ain't that the truth? Oh, that was Oimo and Kashi in the opening? Gotcha. Oh, no, for sure, man. Those Wednesdays were legendary. They were legendary for sure. But alright, y'all. Y'all take care. Shaki top 1. Never forget it. Shaki top 1. I'm most excited for seeing Loki and Lola's dynamic as a tragic contrast to the lofty young romance seen from everyone else in the fight. Yeah. So far, we've had all the like you said, all like the shoujo super slice of life romance stuff that we've gotten, but it's really going to be contrasting against that stuff. And you're absolutely right about that. We're going to see it from both sides. Man, that's going to be some crazy stuff. But appreciate y'all. All love to everyone. Yeah, that panel of Vegapunk's real brain is going to look so cool in the anime. No doubt. But I will, I'll see y'all. God bless you as well, Ocean Plan. All love to y'all. But it's going to be dope, man. I will definitely, like I said, I should be done with Xenoblade 3 before the end of the week. And then we'll be back with the anime and some other stuff after that. But y'all have a good one. Take care. Y'all know the vibes. Super fun chapter. Romance piece is in full